If you own any XRP, you might need to hear this, as today we are going to go into where XRP is headed next, going into multiple price predictions based on key factors like fundamental and technical analysis, market indicators, and what's most interesting of all is that all these predictions are pointing in a similar direction. So if you hold XRP or just enjoy the XRP videos, be sure to leave a like down below. With that said, let's get straight into the video. Okay, so a quick reminder, this is not financial advice and for entertainment purposes only. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed and you could lose all of your money. Stay safe and do your own research. Now, the first thing I want to get into is market indicators, XRP dominance. First, let's look at XRP dominance. So here we can see we're looking for the highest close since late 2020, December 2020, early 2021. That will indicate a further rally is going to come. And if we look at XRP against Ethereum and bring out the Ichimoku cloud, we can see the next key levels are just more than a 2x from where we are right now. That would put the price at $5.36. That's still below where Ethereum is right now. And what about XRP against Bitcoin? Well, here's a tweet by the Wolf of All Streets. Beating Bitcoin is hard, nearly impossible, but it is doable in the short term. XRP is up 300% against Bitcoin since November. How about historically? Down 88%. So there's plenty of room for growth. And if XRP was to replicate that, it would put it at $22.31. And I believe this is doable because in this market, I'm looking for altcoins that are strong, that bounce the hardest, have this type of V-shaped recovery when there is crashes in the market. And it's very important right now. This has been a very bad cycle for altcoins, as here we can see it's scaled into previous cycles. We are at near all-time lows. And now moving on to the RSI Relative Strength Index. Now we spoke about this quite a lot when the rally first begun for XRP around $1 because a lot of people were saying, a lot of traders in the short term were saying XRP is overbought. The RSI is entering the overbought zone. Sell your holdings. And it continued to make higher highs because XRP is a unique asset. You need to zoom out. XRP has been suppressed for 7+ years. This is new territory and erased all of that downwards price action in the matter of a couple months. And if the actual asset keeps making new highs in the overbought zones, it's showing strength. And right now, the RSI is cooling off because the whole market is dumping. But my Q1 target for 2025 of XRP is still that $3.40 to $3.60 range. And I do believe the next rally is going to be fueled by the ETF craze. Now, if we go to Polymarket prediction, Ripple ETF approved in 2025, there's an 80% chance, and this is a decentralized betting market, more accurate than other pollsters or betting markets because people are putting real money behind these events, what the outcome's going to be. And of course, there is always insiders who will bet big. Now, there's been 5 issuers so far for the spot XRP ETF, Grayscale joining along, waiting for the big one being BlackRock. But I've always said XRP will have a similar performance to Bitcoin because a big component of the ETF for Bitcoin and Ethereum has been high selling from Grayscale. Bitcoin was able to absorb it, not so much for Ethereum, and it's not reflected in the price at all. In January 2021, due to lawsuit against Ripple, Grayscale sold their XRP. And so just a comparison to Bitcoin once again, it was approved for Bitcoin at 46K. Now we're sitting around that 97 to 102K kind of range. That's pretty much a 2x from where it was. If it were to happen to XRP today, that would put it at $5.14. And if you're confused with all the predictions, I put them to short term and medium term. Short term were based on news, sentiment. Medium term, stuff that takes a while to digest, catch up to Bitcoin, is something that would take a while for XRP. Moving on to strategic reserve. Now, this is a new category altogether. Finding predictions for this is not the typical traditional route of finding the prediction of XRP against Ethereum, RSI, so on and so on. This is something completely new because it's based on real-world utility, real-world liquidity. And the idea of XRP joining the strategic reserve upsets a lot of people because it is now finally possible. And when it comes to predictions for this, you have to compare XRP's market cap, 131 billion, to traditional reserve assets like gold, SDRs. And it changes XRP's valuation model from speculative trading to long-term value, right? Gold's monetary premium is what gives it a $14 trillion market cap. If XRP were to capture 0.1% of this, the impact would be massive. And if XRP was to join the reserve, a liquidity shift would take place, right? Reserve accumulation, less XRP in the market, more demand, and a supply shock like what we see with the Bitcoin halving, but for XRP. Now, when it comes to the prediction of this, it's quite difficult because it's based on a hypothetical situation. It's not set in stone. But that being said, I do believe if it were to be included in the reserve in the short to medium term, $10 plus is not out of the question at all. I know with the long term, with actual reserve accumulation, that is when you get into the crazy price predictions of the high 2-digit to 3-digit price points. And so let me know down below if you agree with the predictions shown. You know, Q1 of 2025, I do believe that $3.40 to $3.80 range being hit if the natural cycle progresses. When it comes to the medium term, more based on the ETFs, strategic reserve, that's more towards that $5 to $10 ranges. And above that, when it comes to reserve accumulation, you know, the ETF maturing over time, that's when you get into the crazy price predictions, what I believe will happen in the longer term for XRP. Now, before you go, if you're a holder of XRP and you're still holding it on exchanges, be sure to get a decent hardware cold wallet. Links are down below and discounted. But I always recommend this to new investors. Experience is easy to navigate. Biometric authentication, no long 10-digit code you have to enter every time you try and get onto the device. OLED display, 4 buttons, it's secure, and there's hassle-free updates. And if you're interested in the XRP Ledger ecosystem, the Trustline tokens, they are also listed on Decent. If you're interested in tokens associated with XRP like XLM, XTC, QNT, and many more, they're also listed on Decent. 3,000 plus coins. Nearly all the coins that you speak about on the channel are on this wallet. And on top of that, if you're from the UK, US, EU, or Japan, there's free shipping involved. Check the links down below in the description. And so be sure to let me know down below your predictions. And if you made it this far in the video, be sure to leave a like down below. And I will see you guys in the next one.
People forget, frankly, before the SEC got involved in the crypto markets, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset, ahead of ETH. And then the SEC got involved and said, hey, we think ETH is probably okay, and ETH went up. And then they sued Ripple, and XRP went down. You know, this is not how our government is supposed to work. We're supposed to have a level playing field and have, you know, equal opportunity. We shouldn't have our government picking winners and losers in this regard. We think in the long run we'll prevail, and you know that'll sort itself out. But for now, it's frustrating for the community, and I like the way you characterized it, for the XRP family.